Alright, welcome to Archie Blaine's YouTube channel and welcome to join us for today's webinar. So a little bit about myself. I'm Luke with Archie Blaine Tech Support Team, and we are live on Archie Blaine's headquarters office at Xiamen. So today's topic we're gonna talk about is what's new for Archie Blaine Mimics, the audio interface, and the demonstration. I think that's okay. The Mimics audio interface and the control demonstration. So if lots of you guys haven't subscribed our channel yet, please subscribe, and you will receive our latest information and our news regarding the next show, our next webinar. Okay, so let's get started. So first, we're going to take a look at the Mimics audio interface. Okay, here is our Mimics, and we're going to check out the audio interface first. So the Mimics puts 8 audio input channels. So the first 4 is the HDMI 1 to 4 embedded audio. So right here I have connected 4 audio sources. So each of them are videos. So you can have embedded audio inputs. And then we have, let me say this. So we have 2 mics in here and 1 line in as inputs. So that's 7 of inputs channels. Also Mimics with Bluetooth. So you can connect to your phone, your iPhone or your tablet as audio input channel. So 4 HDMI input channels, 2 mic ins, 1 line in, 1 Bluetooth. So that's total 8 audio input channels. So my configuration today, as I mentioned before, I have 4 HDMI sources, all with embedded audio sources, and
你的声音好像没进来，你确定你的声音所撕的吗？有了。
okay. Sorry, I think there's a connection problem. The audio is available. So let me go through it again. So we're gonna go through the interface first. So the first Mimics for 8 audio channel inputs. So the first 4 is the HDMI 1 to 4s. So it's for embedded audios, and we have 2 mic ins here. So the first one mic in wants for the phantom powered and 1 line ins, and that's 7 of it. And you also support Bluetooth. So that's total 8 audio input channels, and that's for the channel inputs. So for audio outputs, we have 2 HDMI output ports, all support the embedded audio output, and we have one program output here and 1 preview output for the one output for the preview channel. So 2 dedicated audio outputs plus 2 HDMI audio outputs on the HDMI audio channels. So that's the basic audio input and output interface. And my configuration today is I have connected with 4 video sources, each with embedded audio from HDMI 1 to 4s. And I have my quick wireless microphone here, so connecting to the mic in 2, and I also connect with another headphone here, so it's for me to monitor the audio outputs just in case whenever I need it. Okay, so that's the basic configuration for today's demonstration. Okay, then next we're gonna check out the audio interface for the controls. So let we go to the audio interface right here. Okay, so that's the audio interface on the touch screen where you can see we have all the 8 channels, 8 input channels, HDMI 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and the logging and Bluetooth as the input, and the 2 output channel component for this. The preview channel and the program channel. And for physical buttons, we have 4 volume knobs here. So each one controls the input volume of its corresponding HDMI channel. So from HDMI 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now they are all turned off because we are not demonstrating the audio input yet. And we have the 6 slider here. So the first 2 controlling the volume for mic in 1 and mic in 2. And the third one is for the logging channel, and the fourth one is for Bluetooth 8. And last 2 also is controlling the volume, output volume for the preview channel, and this one for the program channels. Okay. So I think it gives you 2 ways to controlling the volumes. You can do it on the touch screen here, so you can move the slider. Let me control. This one is for my microphone. I slide it a little bit down, so my volume goes down, and I can do this. So I can put in right here. So you can use the touch screen to the input, and also you can use the physical buttons and knob and slider here. So let's try it. So the first channels we have some for HDMI 1 I have music video, and for the first channel I have my background music, and the HDMI 2 and 3 I have some other videos. The second one is our marketing video, and the third one is another video for marketing. Okay, let me turn back to the here. So let's try to turn on the HDMI 1 inputs. Okay, so a little bit for your information. So right now all the input channels are mixed to the programs. So if I turn out any of the input channels, you will hear the audios on the program. And let's try to turn on the volume 1. Okay, you can see the volume is up. So you can see that actually the music goes on. And turn it down. Go to HDMI 2. See right here. Let's go HDMI 3. And let's go HDMI 4. Up this one. So that's 4 HDMI input channels. Okay. And I have also connected the Bluetooth with my iPhone. So right here I'm going to play the video here, which you'll be able to hear right now. Okay. So I can use the slider here to control one of the Bluetooth. So right now it's turned off and then push it up.
刚调的，现在
That's the basic control, volume control for each channel, input channel. Of course, in the mic channel, because I'm not gonna change it so you guys can hear me clearly. Okay, and for the program output volume in general, so this one the slider here control the output volumes. So if I feel right now the volume is too loud, too big, I can slide it a little bit down. So yeah, let's keep it like this. Okay. So that's basically the two ways to control each channel's volume through a touchscreen control or through the physical volume knob and a slider here. Okay. So next we're gonna cover the mute and functions and audio follows video functions. So for the mic in and line and the Bluetooth here, you can see we have two options here. So the speaker icon here, that means if you press it, then that means that channel is mute on the programs. And another icon here, if you press, that means it's mute on the preview output channel. So this one with the ear sign, the icon here is for mute on the preview output channel. And this one, the speaker icon here, means this mute on the program output channel. So if I press here, you guys, if I mute here, then you guys won't be able to hear my sound because that's my microphone here. Let's try it. Okay, so that's the control for the mic in and the Bluetooth and line in. So we can use also the physical button here. It's do the same thing. So it gives you two ways to control it. Okay, so then for the HDMI 1 to 4, it's a little bit different and a little bit tricky, I think, but you will get a gesture of it when you get to know it. So it also has the function, the icon of the speaker here. So for line and mic in, it's mute on the program, but for the HDMI 1 to 4, the buttons here are mute on the previews. So if I press it, it will be, the 4 channels will be mute on the preview channel. So you won't be able to hear anything from the preview output channel here. Okay, and you can see the AFV icon here. That stands for the audio follows videos. So I know most of the switcher on the markets, they all have the audio follows video features, but I think most of them, they have one button to control the overall audio follows video features. That means if you enable the audio follows videos, all of the channel will have this effect. So if in one case I have one channel of input, it's a background music, and I want to always on the program outputs, then I won't be able to do that. But for the Minimix, we enable the audio follows video features for each HDMI input channels. So you can it gives you a flexible way to control your audio inputs. So for example, I can show the fourth HDMI input is my background music. So I want to always be on the background. So it always mix to the output channel. So I will leave the audio follows video unenabled. And I will enable these 3 channels. So how it works is, if I have the HDMI 1 on the programs, then you will be able to hear the audio of the HDMI 1. So let me turn off. Right now you are not hearing anything from the HDMI 1 because it's on the previews. So if I push into the program, right now you're hearing the audio of the HDMI 1 and also and if I turn on the HDMI 4, because the HDMI 4 is not enabled with the AFV audio follows video, so it will the audio will be always mixed to the program output. So right now you are hearing the HDMI 1 and HDMI 4. So if let's say I have someone switch on the HDMI 3 channels, and I want to switch to it. So right now you are hearing the HDMI 3 and 4. So in this case, you have a flexible way to control each channel's audios. So I think this is pretty interesting. So you can control the audio host video functions individually of each HDMI instead of general video audio follows videos. Right now you will, because I have all the volume for each channel. Right now you will hear all 4 channels and my microphone is a little bit from the audio are very crazy of the output. Background music out. Okay. Okay, so that's for the input controls. For the output controls, you have 2 sliders here. Also, you can do on the touch screen. I'm going to show you how to do it on a slider here. So if I push this up, the volume will go up. You will hear the increasing on my output volumes. And these 2 buttons, if this is a mute on the program output, so if I press this, then the output program output will be mute. You will hear nothing. And also for the preview channel, if you mute here, you won't be able to hear anything on the preview outputs from the headphone here. So these 2 buttons, that means the mute, I think how I put it is mute on the HDMI input channel. So if I press this, so all the HDMI 1, 2, 4 channels will be mute on the program. And here, then all the channel 1 to 4, HDMI 1 to 4 will be mute on the previews. So if I don't want the HDMI 1 to 4's audios be mixed to the program, then I just enable the mute here. And yeah. So let's go back to default. So sorry. Okay, that's a basic configuration for all input and output channels. And one last thing I want to show you is pretty interesting features. For personally, I love it. So you can see right here we have 8 options of sound effect. The first one is cheer. So let's try it. So press it, you will hear the clap sounds, and you will hear the sound effect. It's pretty interesting. And we can have laughter here, and the classical music. Okay, so I think this is pretty interesting and fun features when you do streamings and you are talking to your audience, then you want some laughter right here, and you want the claps, cheers for use. So you can play with it, and this 8 sound effects all default, and it's all default volume sound effects. You can have and play with it. Okay, and just, okay. Okay, that's it. I think this is pretty much all the things we're gonna go through for today's sections for Minimix. So if you guys have any questions, you can leave the comments on our channels, and you can send emails to our group or to our send an email to us for any questions. And hopefully you guys enjoying today's section, and we will see you in, I think, in next section for Q16 quotes. Again, thanks for joining us today. We are on live at RGB Link's headquarters office in Xiamen. And for those of you who haven't subscribed our channels, subscribe here, and you will get the latest update for our any news from RGB Link. And thanks for joining us today. See you guys next section.